Donald Trump, we're waiting for you here in Milford, New Hampshire. You're going to have a huge crowd here tonight.
That's what I hear, Howie, and I'm leaving very soon. I'm heading over to the plane right now.
Now, I have to ask you, I know you must be, but were you expecting to win last night in Iowa?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I started the process late. I was told that I can't win Iowa, but a poll was done where I was leading by a few points. And so, when you see that, you think maybe the poll knows what they're talking about. I didn't spend overly there. I mean, what I really was counting on was New Hampshire because, we're doing so well in New Hampshire. But I get along great with the people and the evangelicals and everybody in Iowa. And I started thinking that I maybe could have, but I came in second. And, frankly, I'm very happy with it. It worked out very well. I guess I got almost the same number of delegates. And
you got 7 and he got 8. He got 8 and you got 7.
I think we got 7 and I think he might have 8. Yeah, something like that.
So he spent, just on analytics alone, drilling down into the Republican electorate, mainly the evangelicals, he spent $3.6 million. $3.6 million. And like you said, you've been self-funding your own campaign. I mean, was that the difference? He was just willing
I didn't spend much because everybody told me I couldn't win Iowa. And then in the end, I said, well, wow, why can't we win it? All of a sudden it was looking good. And the relationship with the people was so fantastic. And, they spent a lot of money over there. Jeb was spending $2,500 or something per vote. Yeah. And others were, spending a lot. And frankly, Ted Cruz spent a lot of money there. And I was told, I think I spent, not very much, actually, which I think you'll be proud of me. I did the best job per dollar spent. I spent very little, and I came in second, a strong second, too. A very strong second.
You tweeted out today that you mentioned that you're self-funding your own campaign. We all saw the release on Sunday. You put in $11 million, I think, in the last quarter. But then you said after you tweeted out I'm self-funding, it's not worth it. What did you mean by that?
Well, I'm going to keep doing it, but it really doesn't seem to be worth it because I don't think the voters really appreciate it very much. I'm a little surprised. I'm self-funding, meaning I'm not controlled by the lobbyists. I'm not controlled by, the special interests. I was telling my people the other day, I said, nobody goes around, he goes into the voting booth and says, oh, Trump's self-funding his campaign, I'm going to vote for him. And, I could have hundreds of millions of dollars put in, because I know all the rich people. They would contribute in 2 seconds if I asked them to. I would make Jeb Bush's fund where he had $128 million, I'd make it look like small potatoes. And I said to myself, with the people I know, and I said to myself the other day, I said, I don't think anybody really appreciates that I'm self-funding. And what it really does, Howie, you appreciate it maybe, but I'm not controlled by these people to put up the money and expect to have total access and control and do whatever they want, where the candidate does whatever they want.
But so
I thought about that, and I just said to one of my people the other day, I said, it's really, I don't think it's appreciated to the extent that it should be.
So are you disappointed in the people that they don't appreciate?
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm disappointed maybe that they don't appreciate it. It's such a big thing. I'm the only one that's self-funding on either side. Hillary's getting her money from a lot of the banks and a lot of the big banks, and Cruz is getting his money from oil and from banks and from others, and all these people are getting their money from these different institutions and people that want access and want control. And with me, I'm just going to do what's right. I'm going to do what's right for the people. And I was just saying, I mean, literally the other day, I said, I could have had a fund $300-400 million, I'll bet. And for the amount of goodwill I get, it's really not worth it. Now I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to change.
I got to ask you one last thing.
I just don't think it's been worthwhile, actually.
Carson, you saw Ben Carson. The Cruz people were spreading the rumor last night that he was dropping out of the race. A classic dirty trick. What do you make of that?
I think it's disgusting, and I think it's really, now he apologizes. But I saw that yesterday, and it was all over town that he had left the race. And I said, wow, that's strange. Why would he leave the race like a day before the event, right, the vote? And I said, that's too bad, because I like Ben Carson. And then it turned out to be a totally bogus, disgusting lie. And he said it about me, too. He said I'm pro-choice. And, he came out and he said, I'm pro-choice. I'm in favor of gay marriage. A whole thing. I mean, they just say this stuff, and it's totally adverse to what I put out. And he said the beauty of them all is that I'm totally in favor of Obamacare. I love Obamacare. Now you've seen
not
speeches.
True.
Every
Not
single
true.
Speech.
Hey, listen,
every single speech I make is about Obamacare, that we have to repeal it and
I'll
replace
see you.
it. I mean,
I'll see you when you come. Well, listen, I have a special guest who's here with me. I think you're gonna see her later tonight. But say hello to. Go ahead.
Ann Coulter, Mr. Trump.
Oh,
You're doing
wow.
a fantastic job.
You have a very powerful guest there, Howie. That's great. That is so good. Ann's been amazing. She definitely likes to see a good porter, Howie.
You're going to have to get a tape of my speech because they're dragging me up on stage. And let me tell you, Mr. Trump, you are going to love it.
Oh, that's great. I look forward to it, Ann. I'm a big fan, and you know that. And I really appreciate everything, Ann. So you'll be there when I get there, right?
Yes, I will. Right
Good.
back at you.
Good. I love it. Ann. I'll see you in a little while.
See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Donald Trump, we've been talking to some of your people here today, and they say that you're going to have the kind of ground game that you need in New Hampshire to turn back all these people they're going to be coming at you. Do you think you're ready? I mean, was the phone bank busy? What was going on there?
The phone bank is busy, and we're going to have a ground game. And it's sort of interesting. In Iowa, we came in second. I was originally 17 when I went into this whole thing. And we came in second, and I'm not getting a lot of credit for coming in second, which is fine. But I was always told I couldn't win Iowa, and frankly, I'm sort of happy with the way it came out. I think it's fine. But we're going to have a great game over here. This is the one we were counting on.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge event too. It's the place is packed. State Rep Jeff Thiel from Massachusetts just showed up. He's here, and we've got all kind, not just New Hampshire, but also Massachusetts people. I want to. This is the latest from Jeb Bush on you last night at his. He had 300 people, by the way, and he was so excited. I didn't know if he could contain himself today.
I know,
on
it's sad,
Fox
and
News.
he probably paid $5 million to have him. So. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what he said about you. It's all about him, and insulting his way to the presidency is his organizing principle.
Yeah, well, that's the standard line. He uses that line, and that I'm not a true conservative. He's not a true conservative. But he also says he's a very, very talented person. It's sort of interesting. I don't know if he should say that. But he said he's a gifted politician, a highly gifted politician. I don't know. Jeb is out there. He spent $100 million, and he's it's sad actually what's going on with Jeb. He's got no votes. He's down around 2, and I think it's a pretty sad situation. But he uses that. That was the line that the lobbyists gave to him, I think, to use, or the pollsters.
How long do you think you're going to have to deal with these people like Jeb Bush, John Kasich, Chris Christie? How long are they going to be in the fight?
I would imagine over the next couple of weeks they go. I would think that they go. They'll be gone. And hey, look, some of them I like. Honestly, some of them I do like, and some of them should be great. But I would imagine over the next 2-3 weeks, most will be gone, and it'll be down to, a lot of people say 5, maybe 3, but between 3 and 5, I think, Alec.
So, did you see Hillary Clinton last night in her speech? It was very strange. I mean,
I think it was strange. I think the Cruz speech was very strange. To be honest with you, I've never seen anything like that one. I think both of them.
Well, critique the Cruz speech for me. What was strange about that one?
Well, it was just so long, and so it was. I felt frankly it was very over the top. I think a lot of people felt that way, and a lot of people felt it was a very different kind of a speech. And, I've been hearing it. I felt that myself, and then I've been hearing it all day long from a lot of people. But, the main thing, if he's happy, he's happy. Let him give the speech he wants to give. What difference does it make? It was, somebody said it was his Howard Dean moment.
Are you going to go after him tonight? I know you're going to be here very shortly, and I'm sure.
Well, I didn't think it was nice what he did to Ben Carson. I have to tell you, I thought that was terrible.
Yeah,
I thought the voter violation situation over there was terrible, where they send out voter violations to people. I've never seen anything like that before. And so, I guess maybe I don't know. What do you think? Should I do that?
I'm just saying. I think maybe you should go after. I'm not sure whether your biggest opponent right now is Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio. You know,
I don't know, and maybe there's somebody back in the pack that comes up. You never know. I think.
What about Marco Rubio?
We're going to really focus. We're going to focus on ourselves. We have a great relationship, with the people of New Hampshire, as you know better than people.
Yeah. So what about Hillary Clinton? I mean, here's Cruz making his speech. Even if it's weird or whatever, he's won. It's his moment in the spotlight.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Hillary Clinton comes out and basically pushes aside her campaign chairman, the former governor of Iowa, to the side. And then there's Bill Clinton behind her wearing her badge upside down and slack-jawed. And then she says, "Oh, am I breathing a sigh of relief?" I mean, what kind of victory speech is that?
Well, Howie, she's not the right one to lead this country. That you know better than anybody. And she's not the right one. It was an amazing scene. She just threw the guy. I mean, she just went right through him. And you're right, the badge was upside down. I don't know, maybe that's supposed to signify something. But I think she wanted to get out to try and claim victory or essential victory because she heard one good report. They were flipping coins in the back trying to determine who won this thing.
Yeah, you say she can't deal. She won 6 coin flips in a row. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, the Patriots could have used her when the Jets game for overtime.
Howie, I want to see the coin. I want that coin.
So do you think Bernie's? I like the way you said last night. You said whether it's we'll beat Hillary or Bernie or whoever the hell they put up against
right.
us. Do you think it's going to? Do you think somebody else is going to jump into this fight?
No, I think probably once you get to South Carolina, Hillary will probably start taking over. But her bigger problem, Howie, is what's going to happen with the email. That's going to be a big problem because she's guilty as hell. So the question is, what's going to happen with emails? And we're going to see. I mean, we're going to see. But it is a big problem for her.
Do you? I've asked you this before. Do you think she should be indicted? I mean, if just not whether or not she's going to be indicted.
Well, it looks to me like it's a criminal act, Howie, and most lawyers that I speak to that are really up on the subject, they say it was a criminal act. I think personally she's going to be protected by the Democrats, if you want to know the truth, which is going to be very tough for her in another way, or certainly tough for her in the election. But I think they're looking to protect her, and that is not the right deal. It's not right. You look at Petraeus, you look at General Petraeus, so many other people, their lives have been destroyed. She's done 10 times worse than anybody.
How about Scooter Libby? Remember him? He was the guy that they wanted to put him in jail because he apparently didn't tell the truth about who outed some woman who was claimed to be a secret agent for the CIA. She was working in France. I don't think she was in any great danger. Hillary outed these guys who were in enemy territory.
What he did, Howie, was nothing compared to what Hillary's done. So it's going to be very interesting. She's guilty. I mean, it's not like, let's study it. We know a lot. I'll bet you a lot of other bad things are going to be, from what I am hearing in the news, a lot of other bad things are going to be coming out. So we're going to have to see what happens. But she's being protected by, as you know, she's being protected by the Democrats. And the question is whether or not they will do and use the word that you just used. Perhaps they won't.
Now, by the way, say hello to Representative Jeff Deal. He's a Republican from Whitman, Massachusetts, and he's the guy who kept our gas tax from going up automatically in Massachusetts. He led a statewide referendum campaign. Say hello to Donald Trump.
Very good. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Trump, thanks so much for doing what you're doing. I think you're running a great campaign, and you really stand for what I ran for originally, which was trying to stop the establishment from playing games over and over again. So thank you for what you're doing.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you. Great job. Great job with the gas tax.
Just like the way you were outspent by Cruz in Iowa. This guy was outspent 30-1. 30-1, and he won 53-47.
Wow, that's great. I was actually outspent by many, many times by many, many people, and we did pretty well. I don't like coming in second, frankly, but we did very well, and we have, I guess we have one delegate less, which is fine. We're in pretty good shape. But I was outspent by many, many times. I'm self-funding my campaign. And had I been told by everybody, because, you watch television, you read, everybody said Trump didn't have a chance. And at the end, I realized I did have a chance. So
Scott Brown is endorsing you tonight, correct?
Scott Brown's endorsing me, and he's a great guy, and he's with me, and he's a big fan of yours.
Well, that's
We're
good.
Together.
So he'll be at the event here tonight. What do you want to say?
We'll be seeing you in a little while.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Howie.
We'll be glad to.
You're the
Listen,
greatest.
one last thing. What do you say to the people of New Hampshire? You can make your first direct pitch to them. I know you're going to be here tonight in Milford, but what do you say to all the people of New Hampshire?
Well, my theme is we're going to make America great again. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make it secure. We're going to bring out the borders, and we're going to make we're going to make our country secure again. We're going to make great trade deals. We're going to reinvigorate the military. We're going to take care of our vets. Howie, we have so many things to make our country great again, but that's what we're going to do, make our country great again.